Well, hello Stalkers, I hope you're having a jolly day in the zone. A little bit of an introduction to the Psi-Field mod from the Odyssey mod pack. So, what I will be demonstrating is only one of the three ways to interact with the Psi-Fields. Essentially, the mod will provide you with three ways of deploying the Psi-Fields. Two of them primarily consist from filling the config.json with coordinates, and you will be able to play static Psi-Field zone, which is commonly what you would have from the other previous mods that you might have used, where it's just a static zone that the player will experience the Psi effects. A second type of zone can be attached to a playable object, so any object that can be ruined, technically, or spawned, can become a Psi-Emitter, and as long as that object lives in the world and has a full health pool, or not ruined, it will continue to emit the Psi field around it within the radius set by the admins. And the third way is basically this, a portable Psi-Emitter device, which I assume for majority of the servers will be used by the Monolithians to deploy and basically deny access to certain key areas. Now the device is basically broken into parts. You have the main body of the device, and you have the battery, or the power bank as I call it. It is required to use the Psi-Emitter. Without it, if the power bank is dead, or if the Psi-Emitter is too damaged, basically the Psi field will cease to work. To deploy this, it's pretty self-explanatory, like most common DayZ logic items or placeables. You place the Psi-Emitter in the desired location, you turn the switch on, and the Psi emission will begin. Now over time the battery should deplete, so this is not a permanent thing. Also over time the Psi-Emitter itself will get a decrease in health, so you will need to switch those and cannot run those indefinitely. Likewise, to protect players from the Psi fields, you do have a couple of ways. The best way is to acquire a Psi-Helmet that can shield you from the effects. And as you may already noticed, my character is now beginning to hear certain voices or audio cues besides the basically vignette, the yellowish vignette that you would usually get with a Psi field. So the thing about that is the more it progresses, the more severe the symptoms of Psi-sickness your character will experience. So that will include things like vomiting at certain stages. That will also include attempts to suicide of the character should they have a weapon in their hands, or if the meter is completely depleted, your character's brain will basically get fried and you will die in the end. So yeah, protection. So the best way, as I mentioned, to protect yourself is to have a working Psi-Helmet. To turn it on, to activate it, you do need to turn it on. It's done by basic turn on action with the left click. I haven't found any more suited or proper animation, so this is what you get currently. You put this thing on your character, and the protective state will have a bluish tint with a soft hum, there's still an audio cue to provide you with, that the Psi field is around you, and the vignette that basically will show you kind of like a protected state. The protection is complete protection with the Psi-Helmet, so there is no Psi damage while this thing is working. Now, in case you have been under Psi influence, as you can see, the brain icon, which kind of looks like a brain, just split in half, shows that I suffered the effects of Psi exposure. You do have tablets that you can utilize. Now the tablets, tablet pack comes with 8 tablets. From 0 Psi health to complete recovery, it's gonna take about 4 tablets for you to recover completely. These tablets do not boost recovery if you stack them. Actually, they penalize you. So you take only 1 tablet at a time to boost your recovery, and recovery only happens once you're out of the Psi field influence. This means you cannot sit in a Psi field and regain your Psi health while still being in a Psi field, even if you're having the Psi protection on you. You do need to be out of the Psi influence for these tablets to work and for your Psi health to regenerate. Now let's switch off the emitter. If you don't have tablets, this icon will only have 1 stripe to it, meaning you're passively regenerating your Psi health. If you have 2 stripes, that will be after you take the tablets, which will boost your recovery. The difference in default config, this is for you admins, is the full recovery is about 2.5 hours to 3 hours of game time, while with the tablets it's about 30 minutes. Now I suggest paying attention to these 2 stripes and not taking additional tablet, as additional tablet will simply knock you out and it will not boost any regeneration of the Psi health. This is done just to prevent the abuse of Psi tablets in Psi fields. You're welcome to override it or tweak it as you like, as the mod is not restricted and the code is open to you, so you can poke around it and see if you don't like something. As well as lots of knobs and options are in the config file, so if you want the Psi field to be harsher or more forgiving, you can adjust that on the fly as well, including the radius of the Psi-Emitter from the config file. What else do we have? I do have also introduction of alcohol in this little vodka flask. So how this nifty thing works is you can drink alcohol to intoxicate your character. And what this will give you, it will give you a partial protection from the Psi field influence. So 1 flask will give you around 24 to 28% of Psi protection. This doesn't mean that you're immune, but it means that you're intoxicated, and it should give you slightly longer duration that you can last in the Psi zone before your character goes totally insane. However, you have to bear in mind that your character does get intoxicated, and if you notice, in this stage, after the first flask, the vision of the character already begins to be blurry. So if you decide that this is not enough and you want a higher boost on protection, because maybe the Psi field is huge and you need more time, you might decide to take another bottle of vodka. And this, in this state, you'll technically be a lot more intoxicated. But the vision of yours is gonna be a lot more blurry, and as you can see, aiming down the sides will be a problematic thing to do. Also, your character does switch to this wobbly animation as you walk. You can still run, but it's a bit more impaired than before. Should you decide to take a third swing, and I would highly suggest you not to, but I mean recreationally you can if you're sitting with your friends, your character will be so intoxicated that they will pass out. Simply pass out. Now this will require you to take a third full swing, and granted, you drinking in a succession. So once that happens, your character might pass out, and the recovery rate is basically you'll have to wait about 2 minutes until your intoxication level goes down, and then another about 2 or 3 minutes until your shock value will go up, and your character will be able to recover by themselves passively. So this is done just to not abuse the defense mechanics too much against the Psi-Field. There's some like flickering that they still need to fix, but pretty much this mod is done as a standalone. You're welcome to make your own overrides and additions if you like for your own servers, or turn to me for special requests if you like. Yeah, that's about it. I hope you'll enjoy the mod. Maybe I'll join you and see it on your servers.